every artist that is loved in hip hop, it's always one who is like the one and only Machine Gun Kelly. This man done went through it all. There was a point in time where he was the most hated rapper in hip hop. But how did it start? We gotta go back about a decade, really. Back in 2012, MGK, he got on Twitter and was like, Eminem daughter look good, but that ain't what he said. He was like, Eminem daughter, hot as F. He was talking crazy. And not only was he talking crazy, but Eminem daughter was 16 years old at the time. And can you guess how old he was when he made them tweets about this girl? 22. This was a 22-year-old man making tweets like this. But as time went on, he came to find out his actions had consequences, because the world ain't messed with what he said. Back in 2015, he came out speaking on how this was affecting his career.
Pictures of that had came out, and I'm like, what, 20 years old, 21 at the time, and I'm like, oh my God, beautiful. Yeah. But all respect due, Eminem is king. Yeah. So my point.
What was turned into?
And is there a 15-year age gap where I'm a creep for that?
No.
I was 21, dog.
But wait, what turned in? What came? What happened?
It just led
I guess people took it as disrespect, maybe, but
nah. Certain people took it and
ran with it
and hyped it up, and it was
a lot of shit went on behind the
scenes. Like I said,
that sucks.
Certain people won't even listen or review this joint. Certain places won't even hear Machine Gun Kelly on.
Oh,
certain things won't even happen, and
because of that.
And look, man, look. A friend of mine said it best yesterday. They said, why do you care? You came in the industry blackballed.
And I don't know why these people on that radio show was trying to defend this man like he wasn't being weird, because if it was them in this situation and he spoke on their daughter like that, they would have had a field day with that. But the interview clip, he was just saying like, I was blackballed. After I said that, nobody in the industry wanted to work with me. He was basically like, everybody was avoiding him, not letting him come on interviews, not letting him do this, not letting him do that. But nothing would really come from this until a few years later, because M never responded to him. He never responded to that interview clip, and I guess MGK was feeling some type of way because he responded to himself in reality. In March of 2018, he did a song with Tech Nine, and for whatever reason, he dropped the Eminem bar. And this man ain't have a clue about the war he was finna start. He said, I pop cherries and pop stars. You popsicles is not hard. Popped in on the top charts out the cop car to remind y'all, you just rap, you not a god. And I don't care who got bars. And look, this ain't no insane bar. This ain't no bar you really gotta dig into. It's just a common sense bar. Eminem had a song where he was rapping fast as hell, call it Rap God. And a few months later, Eminem came out and dropped the album. And this wasn't a little regular album. This album had a track just for Kelly. M said, next time you don't gotta use Tech Nine if you wanna come in. And I'm talking to you, but you already know who you are, Kelly. I don't use sublims, and sure as F don't sneak this. And for the months after this Tech Nine Machine Gun Kelly song was out, he never spoke on it. After all the buzz it was getting up, after all the people talking about, oh, Machine Gun Kelly, that's Eminem, Tech Nine never said anything until Eminem responded. And I don't know if Tech Nine seen something crazy coming, but he got on IG saying that he ain't had no parts in none of the beef, and he ain't even know Kelly dissed him. What's gotta be a lie, because nigga, the bar is common sense. There's only one song named Rap God. But Tech Nine got on IG and he posted this some messages. Him and someone else had a conversation about the whole Machine Gun Kelly Eminem beef. They texted Tech and said this, you heard the shit Eminem said about what MGK said on No Reason? I had no idea MGK was talking about M on this verse. And I do think Tech Nine knew something was coming, because 3 days after he made this post, Kelly dropped his diss track on Eminem, Rap Devil. And you know the song isn't bad itself, but it's a diss track. He said, tough talk from a rapper paying millions for security a year. I think my dad's going crazy. Yeah, Haley, you right, Eminem's daughter. Dad's always mad, cooped up in the studio, yelling at the mic, you sober and bored, about to be 46 years old. And he wasn't just on this track yapping, he was really speaking on how he felt about Eminem, and he even gave Eminem his props. But before I tell you what he said, you kind of do gotta respect the nigga though. He really dropped a diss track against Eminem. A lot of other niggas wouldn't do that. After Eminem responded to their song, most other rappers would have let it go. But this nigga really stood in front of the whole hip hop game and dissed Eminem, one of the most respected rappers of all time. Another bar in the track, he said, the big bad bully of the rap game can't take a joke. All you want's to smoke, but not literally, you'll choke. Yeah, I'll acknowledge you the GOAT, but I'm the gunner, bitch, I got you on the scope. And the thing with Kelly is, throughout his career, he done admitted many times that he done looked up to Eminem and how he admired his music growing up. But this ain't come without no repercussions. Just a couple days after this, Eminem did an interview.
The thing that was going on that he was saying about my daughter, I didn't even know about that until like literally like a year and a half later. Machine Gun Kelly talks about Eminem's daughter, whatever, right? So what the f? Click on it. Like, yo, why is he? Then he starts doing a press run, basically, about Haley. That's not why I dissed him. The reason I dissed him is actually a lot more petty than that.
Okay.
The reason that I dissed him is because first when he said, I'm the greatest rapper alive since my favorite rapper banned me from Shade 45 or whatever he said, right? Like I'm trying to hinder his career. So I don't give a f about your career. You think I actually think about you? You know how many, you're not even in the f conversation. I don't care if you blow or if you don't blow. It doesn't matter to me. But then when you get on Tech Nine's album and you start sending shots, and people start hitting me up, yo, Machine Gun dissed you, he just dissed you, he dissed you. I'm like, I listen to it, I'm like, did he really diss me though? I keep listening to it, yo, this rap, you not gods. And then somebody sends me a screenshot of his Twitter. And it says, had some shit to get off my chest, you just rap, you not God.
And no time was wasted. 2 days after this interview, he dropped Kill Shot, the song that ruined MGK's career. To this day, his career never been the same. Within 24 hours of this diss being out, it had 38.1 million views and the internet was on fire. He was really on this track just talking to him crazy. He was really digging into him and his career, and it was bad. One of the real iconic bars on this track, he was like, yeah, I had enough money in 02 to burn it in front of you. He said, no, you whack to me. It's funny, but so true. I'd rather be 80-year-old me than 20-year-old you. And like I said, this diss was so crazy, he could never come back. And after the diss went down and the whole of hip hop was just clowning MGK, this nigga ran away from rap. He really just ran from rap and went to go do this whole rock emo punk thing. And it's not like he ran away from rap and just flopped. This nigga ran away from rap and became way more successful than he was as a rapper. People was just loving that era. And even though he did turn his career around and get a lot of success, he's still someone who real hated in the rap game. But even though he's hated, someone who isn't is J. Cole. This a man who really is respected by everyone in rap, even past the whole Kendrick Lamar apology earlier this year. He's done so much for rap and his community over the years. Back in 2023, he did something we really wouldn't see anybody else do. J. Cole was going through a little writer's block and he couldn't figure out what he was going to do. He's sitting here trying to think, damn, I'm trying to make a song, I'm trying to do something. So he just goes on YouTube, look up J. Cole type beats. And he picked the first type beat he seen. He got this beat by a random producer named Batman off YouTube and was just rapping about his struggles and how hard it is for him to put this album together. But the story don't end there. After he got on this beat off YouTube, Cole let the man post his song to his YouTube. So all of the attention the song got would really go to the producer. Cole texted Batman and said this song should live on your channel and serve as a thank you to you and every producer out there cooking up and sharing their work with the world. There's millions of artists out there right now just like me, hungry and searching every day for something to speak a word on, a melody, a hook, a verse, a punchline, a way to vent, or a way to cut through. On a day where I couldn't find much motivation, I was looking for anything to inspire me. Out of curiosity, I typed in J. Cole type beat into YouTube, and yours was the first one I saw. I pressed play, focused, and wrote this. This some shit that would normally stay in the vault, but I don't want to hold on to music like that no more. This is for you, or whoever else need to hear it. God bless, bro, and keep doing what you do. And this really is crazy. A lot of artists would not do something like that. Like a lot of artists would just see this type beat, scroll by it, or maybe they rap on a type beat, but they not about to pass it to this nigga to put on his YouTube. They not about to give somebody an opportunity like that. And the producer Batman was real thankful that he even got this opportunity to begin with. He posted on IG and said, yo, if you know me, you know this post mean a lot to me. You know what this song mean to me. If you know me, this is my peace finally, my dream. It's crazy how this happened. I was randomly driving on the highway with my shorty and I get a text from @KingQueens25 saying Cole F with my beats. I almost ain't believe this was real life, but it is. And he also did an interview with Our Generation Music speaking on the song. He told OGM, I just really upload my beats until something happened. I'm gonna flood YouTube with all my beats and somebody bound to see it. I expected an artist that's up there to eventually hit me up, but an artist like Cole, nah, I ain't expect that. He said he got a DM on IG and it was like, yo, Cole was inspired by your beat. He was searching for type beats from you and he had this verse that he laid down on it. He didn't want to throw it in the vault, so he did something. I'm gonna hit you back in a couple days. Batman said, so I messaged him a couple days later and was like, yo, did Cole really do something? And he finally hit me back and he sent the song in 30 minutes. He also said me doing this for a while and me trying to achieve greater things and excelling And for him to do that, that really put a stamp on it and gave me clarity of what I was doing. And that was crazy. Like I said, a lot of other people wouldn't have done something like that. But another example of Cole giving back to the community was when he bought his iconic childhood home, 2014 Forest Hill Drives. And he said that he wanted to turn this home into a safe space for single mothers. He said the whole thing he wanted to do with the house was just make something to help people get back on their feet. My goal is to have that be a haven for families. So every 2 years, a new family will come in. They live rent free. But unlike J. Cole, 6ix9ine is one of the most hated artists of all time, not even in just rap. He done did some of the most disrespectful shit we'd have never seen on the internet. 6ix9ine went on a world tour just dissing the entire industry, from Juice WRLD to his #1 op, Trippie Redd.
What up, Black D?
Who you talking about, bro?
What you mean what I'm talking about?
What dad homies you talking about?
Nigga, all your dad homies. I'm talking about all them.
You talking about?
You
Who
ain't
you
your
talking
dad
about?
homie.
You mad?
I'm gangster like that.
Oh, you gangster.
You know I'm gangster like that.
Where you at?
I'm in Brooklyn, nigga. Me where I'm at. I'm in Brooklyn.
All right, say less. Stay in Brooklyn.
I'ma stay in Brooklyn.
All right, bet. Say less. We on the way.
Yo, Trippie, listen.
We on the
Michael
way.
White. Fuck Michael. Fuck you and your dad homies. Fuck on. Stay there, nigga. Of course I'ma stay here. Mother, you and your dad homies. Dig them out of the grave and throw them back in. You and them. Come on.
And also, and even being accused of messing with a not 18-year-old. Prom 2018 6ix9ine has so much going on. And during his time being free, he was just acting like the toughest nigga on the planet and that nobody could ever touch him. And when he got locked up, 6ix9ine said himself, the first day he knew he was in a pen, he was gonna snitch. And that is so crazy to hear, because if you really look at everything he was doing all throughout 2018 and how many people he got shot and how much bad energy he put out into the world and how many places he got banned from and just how bad he made hip hop look, it's crazy that he knew he would snitch the first day in it. So it's kind of hard to kind of understand, like, nigga, if you knew you was gonna snitch this whole time, if you knew that from the very beginning, if anything serious ever went down, you was gonna tell, why the hell was you doing it? Bro, the attention could not have been worse. He lost his freedom, his whole reputation over some attention on the internet. If 6ix9ine wasn't doing all the bullshit he was doing on the internet just for some streams and a couple likes, he would have never went to jail. He would have never been in that situation. Now, to have to snitch on somebody, it's a crazy situation. But he said on film that he knew the first day he was in there, he was gonna rap.
All right, so first night you get to jail, what'd that feel like? When you're like, yo, shit, I'm gonna be here, I'm gonna be locked up.
I got locked up at 6 o'clock, right? Rachel, I got locked up at 6 o'clock. That night, I watched the movie on like a fat phone. Like, not like they gave me like an iPad or whatever, and they said just lay on the rug like and watch a movie. I watched Lone Survivor. Oh, great. You gotta ask the great. But yeah, no, first night I got locked up, I watched Lone Survivor, and I was like, I'm definitely snitching, right? and then, no, seriously.
So from the jump, you lay down and you were stuffing your pillow. You're like, nah, it ain't gonna be long.
And already in rap, before he snitched, people did not like 6ix9ine. Like I said, every single artist on the planet hated 6ix9ine. Nobody was making no moves with 6ix9ine. Like, it was real uncommon to see other artists really showing love to this man. And him snitching was just like the icing on the cake. And to this day, people still don't mess with 6ix9ine, and I don't think the world ever will. Over the past few weeks, he been trying to make a comeback, but I don't think nobody give a fuck. People tired of the antics. Yeah, it might have been cool and funny back in 2018, but if he was to come out here doing it today, it might get attention for a month, 2 months, max 3. But I think people would get tired of it. But somebody people never got tired of was Mac Miller. Rest in peace. This was a man the whole industry loved. Throughout his time in music, he worked with so many different people and did so much for the industry and produced so much for everybody. Of course he was gonna be respected. Vince Staples came out and said Mac Miller changed his life. He said back when he didn't know how to rap and he didn't really know how to put a song together, Mac Miller was right there. Mac Miller was coming to the hood, picking this nigga up, taking him to the studio, teaching him how to make these songs, teaching him how to put a good song together, teaching him how to do this and that.
Hey, I'm gonna come get you off down here. Where you at? Don't even worry about nothing like.
Pick me up in Watts. He done picked me up in Long Beach.
Bruh.
This nigga done got me all and the funny thing about him is like he one person I can honestly say, like, I give a lot of credit to Sid, a lot of credit to Earl, a lot of credit to Mike G and Matt Martian, but they didn't change the way I thought about life. He changed my life, like my perspective, and made me a better person. Because I used to be confused, like, why is this white boy with all this money anybody with like some substantial talent, like he would sit there and like teach me how to make sure I'm on beat and like rap with certain energy. And like it took a long time. It wasn't like I was over there every day with nothing else to do for like months, and he was teaching me how to rap on beat, how to project. I didn't know how to ad lib. I didn't know what ad libs was. I didn't know what a metronome was. He taught me what all that was. He taught me how to what quantizing means, how to grid, and even down to like this is what certain keys are and shit like that. And then introducing me to people I had no business meeting because I wasn't at the skill level yet. Like that was like a once. I was talking to his mom today. It's funny we talking about it right now, but
and really, anytime you hear somebody speak on Mac, they saying something positive. They say that he helped them out and that he would always try to make sure everybody was straight around him. It is real sad that he passed away, and this is a death that hurt the music industry. This is a death that people still are hurt by to this day. Unlike Mac, someone the industry ain't too fond of right now is Drake. In the past few months, he done fell from the pedestal that he was on for a real long time. Drake was coined as the biggest rapper ever. Some people was even arguing if he was the greatest of all time. It was like when Drake dropped the album, the world stopped and everybody was focused on him. But over the past few years, not just because of the Kendrick beef, it's just been a lot of times where he'll drop or he'll do something and the world not looking at him. Or it's been many times where the industry would turn on him. Like when him and Meek Mill got into it. Yeah, he might have won that beef. Yeah, he might have made Meek Mill look bad, but Meek Mill exposing him for having a ghostwriter left a stain on his career that will never leave for the rest of the time. People will never forget that Drake had a ghostwriter. People will never let that go away from his career. Or the OVO Sweatshop, for example, where he get these artists and ghostwriters under his label just to produce hits for him. He steal their hits. He forced them to write these hits for him. And as the years went on, we would learn more and more dirt about Drake. The whole him and his son thing. And even what's been put on his name during the whole K-Dot-Drake beef. It's been a rough time for his career. And for the first time ever, we seen the world turn against him. Like I said, normally when Drake come out and drop some music or doing something, the world does pay attention. But lately with these last few songs he dropped, it's not looking good. He dropped a 3-pack of ass the other week, and it did bad. The whole world looked at it. It was like Drake just dropped some BS. 3 Drake songs came out, and they barely even charted. People barely even paying attention to it. It's like ever since K-Dot came at this nigga, people stop paying attention to him. And before y'all meet writers get in the comment, no, I'm not saying Drake career over. No, I'm not saying Drake can't ever come back from the situation. I'm just saying it's not looking good for him right now. I mean, Kendrick did drop one of the biggest, if not the biggest diss track of all time on here. But what about Kendrick? How does hip hop feel about him? Even before the whole K-Dot Drake thing, he was respected by nearly everyone in rap.
What you think about the current scene of LA hip hop? You following Roddy and everything that's going on in LA? You proud of LA right now?
I love it. I get a chance to stand back and watch the youngsters do what they do. I mean, I did my thing with it for 20-something years as far as being the king of the West Coast. Gave the crown to Kendrick Lamar. I didn't give it to him. Actually, he took it. But I had to take it off my head and give it to him. And he been running wild with it, and the music that's been coming out from the West has been very, very good. It's international. It's not just regional. It's not local no more. It's global. So, when I go across the world and I hear music from the West Coast, that makes me feel good to know that it's constantly growing and it's constantly being effective.
You get a chance to listen to Kendrick's new album?
Love it.
Crazy, right? Crazy.
Literally a piece of
masterpiece, bro.
Well thought out. When you take your time like that, that's what you get. You notice he don't come out every blue moon. He come out when he get ready and he makes sure he's calculated with his thought process, his visuals, his sound. Like Kendrick is the kind of artist that is a part of the production. You can't send him a beat. You can't just send him a beat and say, I want to be on your album. He has to be in there with you, telling you how to make the music go, changing notes, where it's stopping, where it's breaking. Like he's a part of the process, the full process.
He's a genius.
Yes, sir.
He's a genius.
And a lot of people put him up there with some of the best rappers of all time. Some even say he the best. And the thing with Kendrick versus Drake, let's say you go up to a nigga and you tell him, hey, look, bro, I feel like Kendrick is the best rapper of all time. Nigga most likely not gonna have a problem with him. He gonna be like, okay. But if you go up to a nigga and you like, bro, Drake the best artist of all time. He the best rapper of all time. People gonna look at you crazy. People gonna be like, nigga, ain't this the same nigga that got a ghostwriter? Ain't this the same who got exposed for having 1 million reference tracks? But back to Kendrick. Kendrick done made some real impactful and life-changing music over his whole career. He made some of the most thoughtful and well put together music we ever seen in hip hop. And not only that, he don't move like a regular rapper. You don't see Kendrick coming out with a bust down chain, the diamond grills, the diamond watch. The nigga just be chilling. He just like a normal dude. He is a lot more humble than a lot of these other rappers, and that's such a big appeal. The fans feel like they can relate to bro. And with Kendrick's new album on the way, who knows what that's about to sound like. And recently, in some interviews, he has been speaking on life and some of his new music.
Oh yeah, definitely. Me being able to support my family.
Can you support mine too?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Come on.
Yeah, at least just one. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's got to be great.
That's great. Inspire, my little brothers and sisters. Inspire my little cousins, my city. It also make me more hungry though.
Really though?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, because it's a need to never be content or to be comfortable. You always want to continue to grow. So whatever that challenge is, I'm always looking for it.
Do you feel like you wrote your best verse yet?
My best verse yet? Nope.
Damn.
Nope.
Do you ever?
I'm always searching for that.
Really though? Do you? When you write, Kendrick, do you write, or are you in the head, or are you on a device?
All three.
Damn.
However I can get to it. Might just jump on the mic. Might just have a pen. Might be that little tablet right there.
Is it different now? Everybody know who Kendrick Lamar is. Is it different to kind of step out now, privacy and everything?
Oh yeah, definitely. I can't go nowhere.
Really?
I can't rock like that, but I got to.
Right.
I can't be a prisoner at the same time. So you may see me in a little hole in the wall spot. You may see me in the city. You may see me at the corner store. I gotta go.
How do y'all feel about Kendrick and everything that he got going on right now? Do you feel like Kendrick is one of the best rappers of all time, or do you feel like Drake is one of the best rappers of all time? But let me know if y'all enjoyed this video style. I was just trying something different with this one.